Happy Thursday. Welcome back to Kevin Toll Reads. So today I have a book review of John Sandford's Mass Prey. I'm chuckling because I'm pretty exhausted from travel, but I'm here doing this book review. I got a lot read when I was gone, so that's a good thing. Mass Prey by John Sandford is the 30th Lucas Davenport novel. It was published in 2020. I have 4 more to catch up through 2024, so I will be caught up on the Lucas Davenport series by John Sandford, so I'm really excited about that. It's definitely on my long-term reading goal list, and so knocking that out is going to feel really good. So the summary of this book really takes place around a lot of politics. Obviously, you have a U.S. Senator, Roberta Coyle, and her daughter, Audrey. Audrey shows up on a website, an alt-right website, with pictures of her and pictures of some other politicians' kids. And so Senator Elmer Henderson, and Porter Smalls calls Lucas with the U.S. Marshal's office and wants him to investigate. And Chase, who is a character from some of the previous entries that works for the FBI, they partner with Lucas trying to track down who possibly in some of these small niche alt-right neo-Nazi political groups are throwing shade and putting these politicians' kids online, all while they're trying to find out who is the owner of this mysterious 1919 blog and website. And so they're trying to so Lucas Lucas calls in Bob and Ray to assist him in the investigation. And so that's kind of the premise of this. I will say the premise is one of the things that I didn't care for as much. Not that it's political, it's just the fact that it's pretty muddied. It took a lot of reading to wrap my head around. It was kind of just in pieces here and there. And then finally, after, halfway through, I kind of was able to piece it all together. But to back up what I enjoyed about the book, obviously was Bob and Ray and their dialogue. Bob and Ray really don't come into the story until at least like through the halfway point, and I was kind of concerned that I wasn't going to get them back in here because I've started to grow into like their characters and their interactions and dialogue and repertoire with Lucas. So I was a little nervous until they showed up, and then it was kind of like old hat. They were giving each other crap and all that. And so I really enjoyed that. Some of the interviews that they have as they're going around trying to figure out who's responsible when these, small alt-right groups throughout the, the nation, some of those interviews were kind of funny. Listen to some of these kind of Southern hick alt-right groups talk about, their rights and all this. It was kind of, I think Sandford did a good job writing that and portrayed these people in probably a realistic way. I found Dunn as an interesting character. He's one of the main antagonists. I really liked at one point where he kills one of his friend's sister, and he's haunted by her. I thought that was pretty interesting, and you don't really get that from Sandford very much in terms of kind of the haunting type thing, but I think he was coming at it from the angle of mental health. And so I thought that was pretty interesting and dynamic. Obviously, I really liked the ending of the book. Up until the ending, I was kind of okay about the book, but I really liked how Lucas kind of worked over both Bob and Ray and Chase from the FBI. So basically at one point, and maybe I don't think this will be too spoiled, I won't be giving away spoilers here, but at one point in the story, the main antagonist kills a child. And so as they're doing the investigation and they're trying to track down this person and identify him, Lucas has a really hard time with the identifying the child because the child reminds him of Sam, his son. And so there's like a light switch that flips with Lucas, and he's going after the guy, and he's not going to, he's going to take justice in his own hands type thing. And the reason why I liked it is I think he works over the feds and Bob and Ray in the sense that he kind of sets it up to where they're out of the picture. and then Lucas goes hunting. And that's where I think Lucas is the most dynamic as a fictional character. And so I really enjoyed that. In terms of dislikes, again, like I mentioned before, I think the plot is a little all over the place. The climax is kind of anticlimactic because I kind of figured that was the direction things were going. It's more so not kind of catching the guy, it's more so justice being served type thing. And I knew that was kind of coming just because of what I talked about earlier with Lucas and the kid, and you kind of knew that was going to be the setup. Davenport definitely, he's going back to shoot first, ask questions later, and damned the political implications or his job implications, and some people like that and some people might not. There's no Weather, Virgil, Letty in this book whatsoever, not even any homage or mentions really. So that is a definitely, I like that part of the overarching arc of these books, so I kind of missed that out in this one. In terms of rating, I give this a 3.9. I think it's solid. It's not my favorite by far, but I enjoyed it. So that's my review. I mean, it's pretty vanilla. This book's it's pretty good. It's just good. I mean, honestly, it's good. It's just one of those things, like, I enjoyed it. I'm glad I read it, but I'm not going to be like gung-ho about wanting to read it again. But we're 30 books in, we're still getting some decent books from Sandford in this series, so I'm happy about that. So, John Sandford, Mass Prey, book 30 in the Lucas Davenport series. I give this book a 3.9 out of 5. Hope you're having a great Thursday, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks.